Bill C-2, Canada's Strong Borders Act and its impact on asylum seekers. Hello everyone, welcome back to the Maple Pathways, your go-to source for the latest immigration news, updates and insights. Today we're diving into Canada's controversial new legislation, Bill C-2, the Strong Borders Act. Let's break down what it means and how it could change the game for asylum seekers both in and outside Canada. What is Bill C-2? Introduced on June 3, 2025, Bill C-2 is aimed at tightening border controls and reforming Canada's asylum system. The government claims it's about protecting Canadians from organized crime, drug trafficking, and system abuse. But here's what's actually in the bill. Canada Border Services Agency, CBSA, given free access to facilities for enforcement purposes. A Coast Guard authorized to gather and share intelligence. Police exempt from certain drug law liabilities in undercover investigations. A law enforcement allowed to share immigration and refugee claimant data across agencies. Permission for Canada Post and law enforcement to inspect suspicious mail. A stricter financial tracking to fight organized crime. And most importantly, new limits on who can claim asylum. How will this affect asylum seekers? Bill C-2 amends the Immigration and Refugee Protection Act in several powerful ways. Here's what stands out. The Designated Country of Origin (DCO) regime is abolished. Claims not filed in time can be ruled abandoned or withdrawn, even before a hearing is scheduled. Children or people with cognitive challenges must now be assigned a representative by law. The proceedings are automatically suspended if a claimant is not in Canada. And ministers may halt, suspend, or deny processing of refugee claims in the public interest. A retroactive application of new ineligibility rules is now permitted. In plain terms, if someone is in Canada and doesn't file a refugee claim fast enough, they could lose their right to a fair hearing or have their file closed altogether. If someone has lived in Canada for over a year without claiming asylum, they can now be denied access to a refugee hearing. Instead, they'll be pushed into something called a pre-removal risk assessment, or PRRA, which is faster, but far less likely to approve refugee protection. That means thousands of vulnerable people could be deported without ever having their stories fully heard. Human rights groups are calling this bill a serious overreach. Critics argue that it gives border officials and law enforcement unchecked powers, like canceling visas, sharing private data, and detaining claimants, all without proper oversight. The Bill C-2 builds on Canada's 2023 decision to expand the Safe Third Country Agreement with the U.S., which now covers the entire border, including unofficial crossings like Roxham Road. That means even fewer paths are available to asylum seekers coming from the U.S. The concern is that this will push people to take dangerous, unauthorized routes, risking their lives just to seek protection. Whether you see Bill C-2 as a necessary security measure or a troubling rollback of refugee rights, one thing's clear: this legislation will have a major impact on how Canada handles asylum seekers going forward. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Is this about safety or shutting the door on those in need? If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel for more immigration updates, policy breakdowns, and analysis. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.